Hi everyone, welcome to Pilates and Planks. My name is Callie, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a reformer workout utilizing a ring as our small prop. So for this session, I'm going to start with 3 red springs on. We are beginning with bridge work. So I have just enough weight on that my carriage is not going to be easily moving out. And then I'm going to make sure my headrest is down. So please load on however many springs you need to keep your carriage stable. The less spring tension, the harder your bridge is, and the more spring tension, the easier your bridge is. All right, so with your ring, let's place it in between our knees. We're going to be starting with bridge work as promised. Anchor your arms down by your sides once you have that ring set up between your knees, and then have the arches of your feet on top of the bar, parallel, in line with your knees when there's already just a little bit of a squeeze on that ring to begin with. Without moving the carriage, take an exhale to imprint your lumbar spine and begin to slowly roll your hips up 1 vertebrae at a time into a spinal bridge. Take a big breath in at the top, squeeze the ring a little bit harder, and then exhale, roll your spine back down 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll through an imprinted spine, release back to neutral, allow your ring to expand. Breathe in. Exhale, imprint the lumbar spine, squeeze the glutes, roll the hips up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Full breath in at the top, squeeze the ring harder, and exhale, melt the spinal column back down once again through imprint back to neutral. So let's do that about 2 more times, focusing on the quality of the movement of your spinal column. So we want each little vertebrae to be moving independently of the next. I like to feel my arms sliding further forward, helping to keep my shoulders away from my ears. The top of the next bridge you take, remain lifted. Begin to slowly squeeze the ring, allowing it to expand enough so that you can squeeze it hard again. Nice big movement here, getting those pads close together with each squeeze you take. Glutes are super tight. Those hips are high. And you want to make sure that you're not excessively arching through your lower back. So if anything, it should feel as though your pelvis is tucked under, like a sad dog with its tail between its legs. By now, we should definitely be feeling our inner thighs, our glutes, and our hammies. A little 3 for 1. Begin to take hip hinges. So without rolling through the spine, place the hips directly down and lift directly back up. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. Inhale down, exhale lift. Each time you're lifting those hips up, squeeze that ring even harder. And since we're not rolling through our spine, we can move a little bit quicker. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last time, remain lifted. Squeeze the ring for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it really tight, breathe in. Exhale, roll your spine all the way down. Take a little stretch here. Place the arches of your feet inside the ring. Extend the legs to the ceiling. Pull down, flexing your toes towards your nose. Feeling that stretch all the way from those calves into those hammies that we were just working. Give them a second to breathe. Maybe alternate bending 1 knee at a time because we're going into another bridge in a second. Let's do an ab series first to break it up. Position your ring between your ankles. Find tabletop. Knees over hips, shin bones parallel to the sky. Press your lower back into the carriage so you're in your imprint. Inhale, reach your arms straight to the ceiling. Exhale, chest lift up into the Pilates 100. Pump the arms firmly. Breathe in through the nose for 5 quick counts. Out through the mouth for 5 quick counts. You can extend the legs out straight and continue. You want to keep a really tight squeeze on that ring, busy inner thighs. Keep your chin close to your sternum, looking through your legs at your foot bar. Avoid staring at the ceiling. Keep going with those pumps, nice and strong. Breathe in through the nose for 5 and out through the mouth for 5. Curl up a little bit higher off your shoulders if possible. Squeeze that ring a little harder. Come back to tabletop, hands to the shins. Double leg stretch. Reach your arms and legs away from each other. Open the arms, circle them around to the shins. Reach up and back, squeeze that ring hard, hard, hard. Open the arms, circle around. Continue. Fight to stay high off your shoulders as you reach those arms backwards. 3 more. If it's too much on your neck, place your head down. You can always pick it back up when you feel ready. Last one, we're gonna stay extended. Arms and legs are out in opposition. Lift the arms, legs 2 inches towards each other, 2 inches away from each other. Keep your lower back flat. 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees to your chest, take a little breather. Nice work. Next, we'll thread our legs through the ring. So the ring is on the outside of our knees for our next bridge. Start by pressing your knees firmly into the circle and then separate your feet on the bar so that they're in line with your knees, and then rest your arms down by your sides. Exhale to imprint the lumbar spine, squeeze the glutes, and roll the hips up into your spinal bridge. Take a full breath in at the top, push harder into your circle, and then exhale, roll back down, reaching your arms further forward. Breathe in at the bottom, find neutral. Exhale, re-imprint, roll up. Let's stay lifted up at the top. Begin to pulse outwards on your ring. These pulses can be a little bit more fast and short. We don't have as much range of motion. You should feel the muscles in the sides of your hips working to try to split that circle apart. Take it into hip hinges without rolling through the spine. Go down, up, up. Press extra hard into the circle as you lift the hips higher. Getting the backs of those legs nice and toasty. And be careful your carriage is not starting to slide out. 5, 4, 3, 2, remain lifted last time. Pulse the ring. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it really tight with tension. Breathe in. Exhale, roll all the way down. Take a stretch. Place the arches of your feet inside the ring. Legs up, pull down. Place the ring off to the side for a moment. Scoot away from your shoulder blocks so that we can do another abdominal series and your blocks aren't going to be getting in your way. Find tabletop, hands to the outsides of your shins. Curl up into your chest lift. Staying lifted, start to bicycle the legs. One leg is straight while the other leg is in tabletop. Stop your knees over your hips and make it really obvious which leg is straight and which leg is in tabletop. Continue moving your legs. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide, and take crisscross. Opposite elbow coming towards opposite knee. I like to think of going forward on the diagonal with our upper body. So we're not just rolling side to side. It's really a lift and twist, lift and twist. Pause with one leg in tabletop, other leg straight. Rotate 5 times towards the leg that's in tabletop, never quite placing your head down as you come back to center. On that 5th rotation, hold the twist, lift your free leg, your straight leg, up and down. From the ceiling back down to 45 degrees. After approximately 5, pulse your tabletop leg and torso towards each other approximately 5 times. Then repeat everything on the other side. 5 full upper body rotations. Keep your sacrum grounded. Keep your head lifted. On the 5th rotation, hold the twist. Lift your straight leg up and down from the ceiling over the foot bar. Then keeping the leg low at 45 degrees, pulse the tabletop leg and torso 5 times towards one another. Then alternate those bicycles again to finish this whole series a total of 6 times. And hug your knees to your chest as you finish up. Take a little break. We're going to do one more bridge. We're going to need to do some single leg bridge work here. So arches on the bar, about 2 inches apart and parallel. Don't have them too far apart because otherwise you're going to be off center when you go to lift up one leg. Arms resting down by your sides. Imprint the lumbar spine. Roll the hips up into your bridge. Remain lifted. Draw your right leg straight to the ceiling, toes pointed. Draw 5 small circles about the size of a volleyball, focusing on good hip stability. Then reverse for 5. Relax your neck. Put the work into the back of your left leg. After 5 circles each way, flex your right foot, lower your leg over the bar, point your foot, return to the ceiling, also for 5. Keeping your hips high and level. Then keep your right leg straight to the ceiling, toes pointed. Take 10 hip hinges. Inhale all the way down, exhale all the way up. Feel your sacrum fully and evenly come into contact with each bridge. Keep your right foot in the same spot on the ceiling. After 10, remain lifted. Nicely replace your right foot, level your hips, and then let's draw the left leg to the ceiling and do everything on the left, starting with 5 circles each way. Keep your core held tightly to prevent any extra wobbles through your trunk. Flex your foot, lower your straight leg over the bar. Point your foot, return to the sky for 5. Keep the legs straight to the ceiling. 10 hip hinges. Leading up with your pubic bone, not with your ribs. Feeling the back of your right leg working. Keeping your right knee parallel, pointing forward over a parallel foot. Keeping your carriages in. After 10, remain lifted. Replace your left foot. Feet should be 2 inches apart and parallel, arms reaching forwards. Exhale, roll your spine all the way down. Hug your knees in towards your chest, give them a good squeeze, gently rock right and left. We'll set ourselves up from there. We're gonna change our spring setting. I'm gonna be on 1 red and 1 blue. So that's one of my heavies and 1 medium. 1 heavy, 1 medium. You can hang up your hand straps if yours are on the floor like mine. Make sure they're not twisted. We're gonna be using these, so have them accessible. And if you'd like your headrest up, you can certainly put it up. We're going into supine arms. Grab your ring, and then we'll lie back down with our ring. Position the ring on the inside of your ankles, and then carefully take your straps into your hands. Scoot away from your blocks so that you're not touching them. Bring tension into the straps so that when your hands are above your shoulders, you have a little bit of tension already off the stopper. We're in tabletop with a flat back. Straight arms press all the way down to the carriage. Inhale as you stop your arms at the ceiling, hands above the shoulders. Exhale, press the arms all the way down. Inhale, float the arms up to the ceiling. As you press your arms down, lift your head, neck, and shoulder blades up. Look through your legs. Inhales to come back to your starting point. Exhale, lift, look through your legs. Inhales to lower. Add your legs as you lift up. Extend the legs out straight to like 45 degrees or higher. Squeeze that ring. Inhale to come back. Exhale, lift, extend, squeeze the ring. Inhales to return. Continue. Be really intentional with your movement. So your legs are either straight or in tabletop, not somewhere stuck in between. Just like your sit-up position, your chest lift, you're either lifted here or not. Things start to go wrong if we don't complete a movement. Know where you're going and get there. Remain lifted on the next one. Pump the arms for the 100. Breathe in through the nose for 5 and out through the mouth for 5. You must continue to reach forwards while you're pumping to help keep your carriage pretty stable. Squeeze your ring harder if possible. Tabletop the legs, lower your head. Tricep presses are next. Keep your elbows 1 to 2 inches off of the carriage, right next to you. Keep your head down the whole time. Extend your legs straight to 45 degrees or higher and keep them straight the whole time. Every time you straighten your arms, squeeze the ring harder. Now remember, we're still working in our Pilates imprint, so you should still have a flat lumbar spine. If it is not flat, please lift your legs higher so it gets flat. Keep your arms extended straight. Draw little circles with your arms, about the size of a tennis ball. The carriage should not move. Reverse it. Squeeze your ring harder. Tabletop your legs. Rotate your hands to face your hips. Moving into a T press. Inhale to the letter T. Exhale, pull all the way to the hips. Inhale, letter T. Exhale to the hips. As your hands come to your hips, add your chest lift. Extend the legs, squeeze the ring. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, lift, squeeze the ring. Bringing your chin nice and close to your chest. Taking the same amount of time and effort to close your arms and to open them. Last 3. Last 2. Last time we're gonna stay lifted. Pulse the circle, squeeze. Reach those hands past those hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice work. Take both straps into one hand. Set your ring on your chest. We're gonna do our leg straps while we are here. Crisscross your straps, all right? Crisscross them. After you've crossed them, you can slide all the way out and hook them onto the arches of your feet. And then you're gonna take your handy dandy ring and loop it around the outside of your ankles. Press into the straps, press into the ring so you have tension. From here, lower your straight legs down towards the foot bar. Inhale as you lift your legs back up to the ceiling, stopping your feet roughly above your hip sockets, and then exhales to press back down towards the bar, and an inhale to come up. At all times, you want to be exerting outward tension into your circle so that by the end of the series, the muscles on the outsides of your hips are nice and toasty. We're also working with a neutral spine, so maintain a natural arch in the small of your lower back. On your next one, we'll pause with our legs low, about the height of the foot bar. Flex your feet and begin to pulse the circle. Quick, abrupt, outward pulses. Once again, feeling the muscles on the outsides of our hips working. Where your ropes are crossed, they should be kind of rubbing against each other like they're gonna start a little campfire. If there's a gap, it could mean that one leg is higher than the other. Move into tabletop presses. Bend the knees in, stopping your knees over your hips. Exhale, press back out. Inhale, stop the knees above the hips. Exhale, back out. Let's do that 5 times. Keep using your core to help stabilize your pelvis against the movement of your legs. That's what leg straps is all about. On your 5th one, keep the legs straight and low, pulse the circle. Bend the knees into tabletop. Extend the legs up straight. Keep them straight as you press them down low towards the bar. 5 times. Bend the knees to tabletop. Extend them up straight and press them down low. 3 more. Bend. Extend up. Lengthen down. Your butt should be toast. If it's not toast, push harder into that circle. Fifth time, we'll be meeting with our legs straight and low. Pulsing the circle. Break it. Snap, snap, snap. Reverse for final 5. Legs lift to the ceiling. Bend the knees to tabletop. And then press out low towards the bar. Again, lift. Tabletop. Be mindful of your knees. Don't let them collapse over your abdomen. Last 3. Bend and press. Last 2. Last time. We'll meet with straight low legs. Pulse the circle for your absolute last chance to split it apart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, remove the ring. You can set it off to the side. Remove your feet carefully from your straps. You can hang them back up around your shoulder blocks or wherever you would like to hang them so that you can get them shortly. We'll carefully sit up. Let's take a quick stretch for our glutes. We'll take a figure 4 stretch. Cross an ankle over your knee, flex your foot, and then gently lean forward, pressing your knee down towards the ground. Keep even weight through your sit bones. Switch legs. Cross your whole ankle joint, flex your foot. Next is going to be a kneeling side arm series. So I'm going to be on my medium spring, which is 1 blue. Then once you've decided on your spring, grab your ring and come onto your knees, facing sideways. Be careful, it's lightly loaded. You're going to be a few inches from the front edge of your carriage, as well as a few inches away from your shoulder blocks. We're going to use the back strap. So I'll repeat that again. We're going to be using the back strap. Then once you have that strap, bring it up to the ring. And I like to hold the narrow parts of the ring just because it's easier to grasp onto. And we're going to start with our arms straight and rotated towards the headrest side of your carriage. Keeping your ring framing your chest, rotate your upper body all the way towards the foot bar. Inhale as you go back towards the headrest. Exhale as you go towards the foot bar. Aim to do about 10 reps. Arms stay straight. Hips stay still. And your eyes can follow that top pad on the ring so that your head goes with you the appropriate distance. You should definitely feel this through both sides of your waist. Your obliques are working to rotate your spine. You should have about one more to go here. And when you finish, we'll hang that strap up and exchange it for the front strap. Bring the strap to the ring, still holding the narrow parts. Bring your ring up over the top of your head, elbows wide to the side. Exhale to extend the arms straight overhead. Inhale is to bring the ring over your head. Exhale up, inhale down for a 10. Feel that you have even weight through your knees. That every time you're straightening up those arms, you're exhaling, pulling those ribs together nice and tight, so your trunk is nice and solid. The 10th time, keep your arms extended straight up overhead, and we're gonna take side bend. Reach up to go over into your bend. Inhale to come back to your starting point. Exhale up to go over. Inhale to your starting point. This can be where it gets to be extra challenging, so feel free to lighten your load. Remember to never be springless, be careful. We also want to be trying to keep our arms symmetrically distanced from our head or ears. Be careful, one arm isn't hitting you in the head. Should have about 2 more to go. Good, nice work. All right, so this is the strap that we're going to need for the second side. So turning towards the headrest, carefully turn all the way around, and we'll repeat this whole series. Be a few inches away from your shoulder blocks and a few inches from the front edge of the carriage. Holding your ring, holding the narrow parts, start with your upper body rotated towards the headrest. Exhale as you rotate to the foot bar. Inhale back to the headrest. Exhale towards the foot bar for 10. Keep your glutes squeezed. Keep your hips really still. Remember, you're in charge of how fast the carriage is moving. So specifically, as you're rotating back towards the left or towards your headrest, apply the brakes. As you finish up those, we'll exchange straps for top hats. Holding the narrow parts, bring your ring over the top of the head, elbows wide. Exhale, extend the arms up. Inhale, ring overhead. Exhale, extend up. Inhale, ring overhead. Do your best to keep equal weight through your knees. Feel free to take a slightly wider stance. Sometimes that can help. Your 10th one, you'll be keeping your arms straight, taking it into 10 side bends. Think of reaching up to go over. Inhales to come back. Exhale up to go over. It doesn't have to be a giant movement. It probably won't be. Focus more on the quality of your movement, keeping even distance between your biceps and your ears. When you're all finished up with that, you can hang your ring up on the foot bar. Ditch both of your straps onto the floor, especially if you're go around your shoulder blocks and you're on a Marathon Reformer. Make sure your headrest is down. We're going to be putting our boxes on the Reformer, short ways for short box ab series. So on the Marathon Reformers, the boxes go over the shoulder rest. I can't speak for the other Reformers, so hopefully you know how to put your box on. If you're putting yours on over your shoulder blocks, push it all the way forward towards the foot bar so that it is snugly secure against that and it's not going to fall off the backside. And then we're going to load on just any couple of springs so your carriage isn't all loosey-goosey here. So just pop on a couple and then grab your ring and then slide both of your feet. Hang on, I gotta adjust my strap length. Slide both of your feet under your strap. I like to back up as far as possible so that my glutes are almost all the way at the back edge of the carriage. My toes are carrying the tension of my strap, and my Achilles tendons are resting down at the front edge of the carriage here. That means my knees are going to be a little bit bent throughout the whole series. This is going to help keep our hip flexors relaxed and put more of the work in our abdominals. Hold the heels of your hands on the pads of the ring and extend your arms forward. Slide your tailbone underneath of you, coming into a C curve. Once you're in your C curve, stay there, bend your elbows a little bit, and begin to squeeze the ring. Nice, juicy, controlled squeezes, letting the ring expand a little with each squeeze. And while we're in our C curve, we want to almost feel like our ribs are coming forward over our hips. Even if they're not, because we're leaning back a decent amount, there's still this kind of like arc sensation through the spine. We're coming up and forward. In other words, your back is not straight. Not today. Begin to pulse the body in the C curve. Squeeze the ring as you lean back more. Remember that we're moving with our core, so we're not using our strap to move our torso up and down. Your heels are still heavy on the edge of the carriage. Maintain your C curve, extend your arms straight. Lift your arms to the ceiling and then back down to chest height. Lift and lower. See if you can keep the length of your neck the same as your arms lift and lower. So your scapulas slide down your back as you lift those arms. Keep your arms lifted to the ceiling. Pulse the body a few inches up and down. Every time you're leaning backwards, exhale. And slide that tailbone under you. Maintain your C curve. Bring your ring over your head, off your head, down, up. We are almost done. Keep the arms up straight. 5 pulses. 5, 4, you got it. 3, 2, 1, take a forward fold over those legs, take a break. Next set, holding that ring again in front of you, arms straight. Slide your tailbone underneath you. Find C curve. Once you're there, rotate your upper body to the right. Back to center, left, and center. Continue rotating right and left on your own timing. We want to make sure we're keeping our ring framing our chest, so we're truly turning our ribs and spine and not just moving our arms all over the place. Stay leaned back, lift your arms up over your head. Rotate right, center, left, center, continue. This is gonna feel like an even smaller movement. 4, hang in there, burning. 3, 2, 1, forward fold over the legs. The moment you've all been waiting for, side overs. You're gonna sit on the side of one of your hips, bringing your thigh bone up on top of your box. Line your knee and your hip socket up with each other so that your thigh bone is parallel to the edge of the box. Avoid having your legs so far up that your knee is off the box here. Then the leg that's under the strap is going to be straight with your foot flexed and floating. You want to rotate your foot so that you can catch that strap. And like I said before, your foot is floating. It is not touching the carriage any longer. Bring your ring to your chest, lean into a diagonal. So from this view, we want to be a straight diagonal line from our ear all the way down to our ankle bone. Once you're there, reach your arms forward and back to your chest for 10. Exhale as you straighten. Once you complete 10, keep your ring at your chest, elbows wide. Inhale, touch your elbow towards your headrest. Exhale to come up to where you just were. Big bend down and up for 10. Squeeze your ring harder as you come up. Moving slowly with control. Not sitting up so high that your leg is losing tension under that strap. Once you complete 10, you're gonna repeat what we did, but only a set of 5 of both things. I'm not that mean. Keep the ring at your chest 5 times, down and up. After these 5, we'll take a break. Facing the floor, you can give yourself a nice stretch. Reach your hands way up the tracks, drop your head heavy through your arms. Bring your ring with you. We'll turn all the way around for the other side. Be careful maneuvering around. Sometimes the boxes can be tilty. So sitting on the side of your hip and thigh, leg under the strap, is gonna catch yourself. Foot is flexed and rotated to face forward. Establish your diagonal line, straight line from earlobe to ankle bone. Reach your arms forward and back to the body for 10. Feeling that your neck is even, continuing the line of your spine. Then you're gonna keep your ring at your chest, elbows wide. Big bend, go down, touch your elbow to the headrest. Exhale, squeeze the ring as you come up. Inhale down, exhale up. Taking the same amount of time to go down, same amount of time to come up. Keeping that leg under the strap nice and straight and solid. Then repeat just 5 times for both movements. Inhale down, exhale up. Take your time getting up, don't use momentum. And we'll take a nice stretch facing the ground. Reach your hands way up the tracks, drop your head. You can leave your ring wherever you're not going to trip on it. So I always put mine underneath the Reformer. And we'll place our boxes back down in front of the Reformer. We'll take a quick little stretch here. I don't want to end our session with side overs. So we'll do mermaid stretch as a nice way to relieve the obliques. So when you sit on your carriage, you want the leg closest to the shoulder blocks. That shin bone is parallel to the blocks. Other leg is tucked up in front of you. I'm gonna be on 1 medium spring. So for me, that's 1 blue. Have your hand on the bar a few inches from the front, other arm out to the side. Slide the carriage out, take a big side bend. Stack your hands one on top of each other, square your shoulders to the floor. Come back through side bend, rising up. Grab your front shoulder block and then reach your other arm to the sky and bend towards the shoulder blocks. If possible, you'll get both sit bones heavy onto the carriage. Maybe not, it's okay. That's what we're striving for. Repeat the stretch. Hand on the bar, a few inches from the front, sliding out. At this point, one sit bone completely comes off the carriage. Then stack the hands, press through the arms, drop your head. Come back through side bend, rise up. Grab your front shoulder block, reach up and bend towards the shoulder blocks. Let's repeat on the other side. So remember that the leg that's closest to the shoulder blocks, that shin bone has to go against it. Then your other leg is tucked up in front of you. One hand on the bar, a few inches from the front. Sliding out, side bend first. Stack the hands, square your shoulders to the floor, drop your head. Come back through side bend, rise up. Grab your front shoulder block, pull it towards you and bend towards the shoulder rest. Repeat. Sliding out. Stack the hands, square the shoulders. Back through the side bend, rise up. Pull the carriage all the way in, and then side bend towards your shoulder rest. Sit facing your foot bar with 2 feet on either side, or 1 foot on either side. Just sitting so that you're straddling the carriage here. We'll take our arms down by our sides, sweep your arms out and up overhead. You can arch your lower back, bring your hands, interlace them together, flip the palms of your hands to face the ceiling, look up if you're not already. Then round your spine, curling into like a little cat stretch. Scoop your tailbone, separating your shoulder blades. Release your hands to your knees. Roll yourself all the way up to just an upright seated position. Shrug your shoulders up, down, and back. Keep them there the rest of your day. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you feel fabulous. Please be sure to like, share, and comment on this video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.